Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Sorry, slightly out of breath. As usual on a Saturday, I was running a few minutes behind again. It always seems to happen on a Saturday. It's like quarter past one, 20 past one, and everything's fine. And then all of a sudden it's 1:59 and I'm just simply not prepared for anything at all. But I'm reasonably prepared now. I'm not. I'm still adjusting my headphones and adjusting the microphone. Vosros, welcome, welcome. Sorry, Vosros, as usual, I'm running just a couple of seconds behind, so I've got to kind of get myself caught up here, but I am so excited to be playing RimWorld again. I really like RimWorld. I really like RimWorld for a stream. I think RimWorld is an awesome game to stream. It's just so kind of vaguely casual, but things still happen. Maybe I should jog. I've done that, Vosros, not outside. I don't I don't necessarily jog outside. I've never taken it off the table, but I'm really more of a treadmill kind of guy. Diamond, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm really more of a treadmill kind of guy, Boss Ross, because I like to have my music blaring and my tablet in front of me, usually watching something off DC or Marvel, and the running is kind of the afterthought. It's like I happen to be running, but mostly I'm just watching cartoons. That's my jogging. Okay, where were we the last time? The refugees arrived. Okay, these were the guys. I got to kind of get myself caught up here. These were the guys that are going to hang out with us. They'll work, they'll fight, and they may or may not join us when they're done. The last time this happened in one of my private sessions, they didn't join, but they did send us a really nice gift later, like some good high tech. Mel, welcome. Art, welcome. When you get excited for takeaway, you jog to the door. Actually, takeaway doesn't get to us because we live in the back part of the house and they can never figure out where we live. So we don't even bother with delivery. We just go get it. So we do take away. We just go and take it away from somewhere else. Okay, so we've got... Oh, who have we got here? Green, Vector, and Sebastian. And they're all going to need beds. That's the problem. Green has already co-opted this bed. Fair enough. Willow is here, but Willow will be right back. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just getting started, Willow. I'm just kind of getting caught up to what the heck we were doing last time. It looks like I might have been planning out another bedroom over here. Now, I'm sure we probably already talked to the traders, but just in case we didn't, I'm just going to remind me what they had in stock, so to say. Because I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we must have talked to them last week. But just in case we didn't, I'm just going to go see what they've got kicking around. And Payne Stingle is researching, and Weber is cooking. Of course Weber is cooking. It's the Weber grill. I can't get enough of that joke. It gets me every single time. Okay. You have some components that I could sell you. I'm not going to sell you any components, obviously. I wouldn't necessarily mind taking some herbal medicine off you. I've clearly sold you my ambrosia. Yeah, I definitely looked at you the last time. Okay, because I remember you had the panther. And if you had two panthers, a male and a female, that could make more panthers, I'd take the panthers off of you. But no, you just got the one boy panther, and that's not really going to work out. Oh, yeah, Vosros, you're right. You're right. That was going to be an infirmary. You're 100% correct. That was going to be either an infirmary or a prison. This is going to be the infirmary/prison. I don't know if I had a plan for this, but now we need extra bedrooms. Now I've got to start slamming together some extra bedrooms for these people. I need 2 more bedrooms for Vector and Sebastian. Again, Green has already co-opted one of the bedrooms. So I'm going to leave this... I'm going to set this to infirmary, and then if we need a prison area on the fly, I can just convert that into a prison later. It can be a hospital for now and a prison as needed. What have I got for... I play so much RimWorld during the week by myself that I really am not sure what we were doing by the time I get here on Saturday. I have very little in the way of materials at all. And once again, we landed on kind of a lousy map for steel. We've got some going up here. I'll start earmarking some more. Just get some more of that mined out. There we go. Get all of that. I like to have a bunch of steel. It's pretty much the handiest resource you've got. It's an informal plan. I know what you meant there. Or an infernal plan. I get it. I get it. I see where you're going with that. I got it. Oh, I should remember to like my own stream. Hang on a sec. Otherwise, Carrie will come in and demand that I like my own stream. There we go. I've liked my own stream. I like myself. Yay for self-esteem. This can also be a medically kind of bed. I mean, I could just make this a barracks for the two new guys. But if we can get them individual bedrooms, there's nothing wrong with that. They'll like it more. They're going to be here for 19 days, so we may as well make them reasonably happy, I guess. I'm going to outline cutting some trees down around here. Can always use an extra bit of wood, I feel. Wood generators up and running. Wind generators are up and running. Nothing. These aren't obstructed by a roof, are they? No. No, they're fine. They're 100% fine. Everybody stop panicking. They're fine. And I think it's as good a time as any with 3 extra people on board to start some aggressive mining. Always like and tip your Dave. Indeed. For the first time in forever, the stream on my TV is in sync with the stream on my PC. Are you watching me on 2 platforms? Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. So good. Yeah, great. I'm glad that's in sync. That must be really annoying if it's just like 1 second off or something like that. Vossross's tip is pizza is delicious. That's not really a tip, Vossross, as much as it's a scientific fact. I don't think anyone can argue with that. I don't think anyone is going to roll up and say, yeah, I'm not that into pizza. I've never heard that. Nobody has ever said that. So back to aggressive mining. Actually, let me see what you guys can do, first of all. Okay, so not one of you will fight fires. That's fussy. You can all be 1 on patient. Any of you good at doctoring while you're here? Not really. I'll put you at a 3. You're not very good at it, but if we needed a backup. And Legua, you're a 3, but you have a passion for it. Why don't you also do a bit of doctoring in your spare time? Don't do anything like hardcore, like surgery. Maybe just slap some bandages on or something like that until you get better at doctor. You can... ducks have joined. Right. Okay. We've got ducks. I'll come to the ducks in a second. Random ducks have joined us. Oh. Super. Super. I'm always watching you twice. Gotta have you on the big TV so I can use my computer for other stuff. That is fair. That is fair. And then I need someplace to keep up with chat. That's basically how I do it, Mel. So I'm playing on my desktop, and then I've got my laptop right next to me so I can see the chat because, again, with the way that YouTube updated its new studio, it's just very, very fussy. I used to be able to do that all in one place, but now it's just frankly easier to just park my laptop next to me and read chat as you guys are typing it. It's just gotten very weird around the old YouTube studio, so I found a bit of a workaround, and the bit of a workaround is just pull another device up here. Bed rest, you guys need to be on 1. Now, Green, you're going to do squat. Green will do absolutely nothing, but the other 2 will. What are you guys good at, if anything? Not a lot. I noticed you didn't come in with your own weapons either, I don't think. Wow, you're terrible at so very many things. You're not 100% terrible at art. Okay, you can have a 2 on art, I guess. Actually, you can have a 2 on research. You may as well be getting something productive done around here. Oh, Willow is not feeling well. Oh, I'm very sorry. I hope you feel better. I hope your dog is feeling better, too. I hope everyone in the Willow household, man and beast alike, is feeling better. I'm sorry that you're not feeling good. That sucks. By the way, chat folks, bristly is an hominid species. I have seen video evidence today. Ah, did he do some sort of face reveal? Has the bristly been revealed? I'll have to check that out. Sad thing is I have 3 screens on my PC, but I still feel the need to have YouTube on the TV. I may have a slight problem. You might. You might. I don't know if it's a problem, per se, but it's a thing that exists. Ah, now Sebastian, you're pretty good at things, actually. You've got 7s and 8s in all the various crafting things. Oh, well, guess who's going to be Mr. Crafting Guy around here, Sebastian? P.S. It's you. If you're going to be here for 19 days, make a parka or something. Okay, you traders, you can leave now. We're kind of done with you. Vector is sleeping on the floor. You know what? Just, okay. Temporarily, I'll just give these guys the beds that are here. They can have sort of a dormitory style thing. And then who was the last one? Sebastian. Okay, so at least you've got beds. They're not very good ones, but they're beds. The dog is recovering well. Good. Not happy that I'm trying to keep her in one spot. No, I imagine not. I imagine not. But I'm glad Brandy is feeling better, at least. That is good. What if anything? Oh, good, the trade caravan is leaving. Where is my... Oh, I've already put a stone cutting bench up, and Sebastian's already on it. Oh, excellent. Very, very good. And I have quite a bit more steel than I thought. I just wasn't seeing it there. I could construct all of this out of steel, but I'd rather wait and get some stone blocks. I'd prefer not to waste the steel if we can avoid it. Not that it's really a waste. Yeah, wow, we've got ducks. We've got more than a few... How many ducks do we have? We have a lot of ducks. We have 10 ducks and a dog. 10 ducks and a dog. Not 10 ducks and a hog. That's my other playthrough where I have a pig farm. We have 10 ducks. Well, here's the problem with that. Apart from eggs, you guys don't really contribute very much around here, except for sucking up food. Yeah, you're eating something right now to prove my point. So everybody is having duck for dinner for a while. So I'm sorry, but we're going to slaughter all the ducks. All the ducks. Yeah, see, you're already making more ducks. I see the little hearts above your head there. You're already making more ducks. I can't afford to have that many ducks. Or indeed any ducks. I'd prefer to have no ducks. The amount of ducks in a total quantity that I would like to have are 0. Are ducks advantageous to the colony, Willow says? Not really. They will provide eggs, which is nice. I mean, it is a minimal, but, you know, it is a food source. It's not much of a food source, but it is a food source. But overall, they're probably eating more than they're providing. So, Kugel, welcome, welcome, welcome. So they're out. I'd rather have the duck meat than the live ducks. Now, if a couple of panthers rolled in and self-tamed, I'd be more than happy to feed them. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Oh, Zelig's hauling things. Excellent. Good. I like you, Zelig. You're good. Right. Oh, my aggressive mining. That's what I was going to work on. My aggressive mining. So I would like, from here over to here. All right, let's start to get this moving here. So all of this is going to get mined out sort of like that, and then call me when you're done with that, and I'll figure the rest out. Do a little dance and make a little duck. They were getting randy, Vosseros. I had to kind of keep that in check. Couldn't I just keep 2 ducks? I could, but then I'll keep getting more ducks. That's the problem. They'll be getting frisky. They'll be doing things that grown-up ducks do in the late hours of the night, or indeed in RimWorld in broad daylight in the middle of everyone. But who am I to judge? I don't judge people, or ducks for that matter. I don't judge ducks at all. It's a waste of time. They don't care. They simply don't care. You can try judging a duck. They will just look at you and probably quack and walk away. So no, I don't really see a lot of value in ducks. There's a lot of animals, not a lot, but there's more than a few animals in RimWorld where it's just kind of not worth it. Like, why would I have a whole farm full of guinea pigs? I mean, I could say, all right, I could slaughter them. They'll provide a little bit of meat and a little bit of fur, which is good, but they're not going to, it's just not worth it. Now, you give me cows, great. Got meat, milk, leather all day long. Keep 2 female ducks. That way you get eggs but no ducklings. Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea, but I'm going to skip them. I'm going to skip them, especially in the first year, because food is going to be at a premium. And I don't have any hayfields set up, and I won't have time to get one set up in order to harvest hay to put aside for the animals for the winter. So next season, I'll get, well, it depends what kind of animals we end up with, but I'll get a large hayfield going, and then we'll grow that. They'll eat it while it's growing, and it'll just get replanted. And then at the end of it, because there's no way they'll eat all of it, we'll have tons of hay to store over the winter in what will eventually be a barn that I haven't built yet, and then we can kind of get all that going. We'll have productive animals around here. Just imagining an elderly Dave feeding ducks bread in the park now and verbally judging them. I've learned my lesson about judging ducks. It's just not worth it. It's a waste of everybody's time to judge ducks. The ducks don't care, and I have better things to be doing in my life. And apart from, the breeding in broad daylight in front of everyone, ducks are relatively inoffensive. They don't really do much that needs judging, I feel. But that's just my opinion. Reed, I noticed we were just trying to Mike Tyson you into the colony there. How are we doing on that? Oh, 1.9. Yeah, you're getting there. You are getting there. I'd like people to start finishing the construction over here, but I feel I've got a lot of tasks outlined for the crew here. Green, what are you doing? Oh, you're wandering around because you don't do squat. Yeah, you don't do anything at all. Okay, that's good. That's fine, Green. You just keep doing nothing. You guys better give me a really good gift when you leave this colony. What happens when we get to rabbit season? Are there rabbits in this game? I actually don't remember. Oh, yeah, there are. There are hares. You can kill them. Oh, speaking of killing things, should we be hunting anything? Yeah, all these 0%ers right here. 0% chance to fight back. That's dinner, as far as I'm concerned. Sebastian's still doing the brickwork over here. Green's wandering around. What are you guys doing? Oh, you're all cutting down trees. Yeah, I probably have plant cut very high. I do. That's important, though, and it's finite. Once they are done cutting the plants, they will move on to everything else. So yeah, get that cut down. Who's big into construction around here? Kalian, pretty good on it too. Yeah, and you're at a 2. That's fine. Painstingle's competent. Weber's not bad. Why don't you? Well, no, because you're actually. I want you to be our cook just for the comedy value, but you're actually better at construction. I'm just gonna leave everyone as is. Right, just leave everyone as is. They'll get to things when they can get to things and not 1 second sooner. I will probably, sooner rather than later, have to start thinking about expanding the freezer. Because it's small. It's not going to hold all the food. We'll probably be okay for the winter, though. Oh, did I ever... This is a thought. Did I ever bump up food production now that we've got 3 new colonists? I believe I did. But just in case, bump it up a little bit more. Make sure we've got food for all these people. Now what? I'm kind of just waiting for everyone to get on with what they need to be doing around here. Somebody get that heal root while you're here. Maybe I should plant some heal root. It's way too late in the season. I won't get a crop this year. But it doesn't die off. It'll be there next year. It'll continue to grow. It's not a bad idea. What have I got going on here? That's strawberries, these are potatoes, that's corn, and that's obviously rice. Okie doke, that's fair. Did we ever claim this stuff? Is this ours? Because it's gonna be. No, apparently we did not. Okay, good enough. Go ahead and deconstruct all of these walls. That'll be some nice, easy bricks that we can get. Don't deconstruct the sarcophagus yet. I might use that in the Hall of the Dead. I'll likely do that in the Hall of the Dead. Are people going to pick up the dead ducks? Yes, eventually. The dog will get to it. Like Duck Hunter, the dog will go get it at some point. It's not, well, I say it's not that warm out. It's pretty warm out. So they're going to spoil in 2.4 days. And we got 10 dead ducks to get in here. I see most of them seem to have been collected. That's a cougar. That's a cougar. Are you gonna hunt the llamas? The alpacas, wherever they are, or us, or that rabbit. It is indeed now rabbit season, except the cougar has become Elmer Fudd. Right, now what? Now what? I guess just let people do what they're doing. I wouldn't mind. Who was the new guy who was kind of terrible at everything? Yeah, you won't do cleaning, Vector. That's not nice. I need you to do cleaning. It's a dump around here. Why doesn't YouTube tell me you're live? Because YouTube is completely inconsistent about doing that, Bobcat. It's just, it might be something I'm doing. It's probably something YouTube's doing. It just sort of is. I was always jealous of my friend who had an NES with the cool gun to play Duck Hunt with. Yes. Yeah, we all remember that. It's become sort of iconic, really. YouTube never tells me when he's live. I just remember when he's supposed to be live and check. Good move. Good move. That's why I maintain consistency in timing. Oh, the shuttle's here. Shuttle for whom? Wait, what are we doing? Oh, it's for Green. Okay. Oh, I got it stuck in my head that Green, Vector, and Sebastian were all part of the same team. Oh, that's fine. Then Green, bugger off. I don't want you here anymore. You're terrible. Just go away. And then Vector and Sebastian can hang out. Well, now I kind of only need 1 new bedroom. Might just build one new bedroom. Right, off you go. I don't remember what your reward is, but please give it to me. Oh, I got pods. Plasteel and gold. Ooh, good choice me. I like that. I like some plasteel this early in the game. Means I don't have to get more later. Okay, somebody will come and pick that up eventually. Eventually. Plasteel and gold, and green's out of here. Well, great. Then, Vector, why don't you have that bed? It's a much nicer bedroom. So you can have that, and then we just got to deal with Sebastian's nonsense about him having a bedroom. I could just tuck one right here. How many stone blocks do I have? Not many. Not many. I could build maybe something out of granite. But Sebastian's moving a little bit slow. Oh, YouTube just told you that I'm live. Oh, good. It's probably doing that on my own phone. It's probably telling me that I'm live. How small a bedroom? Out of what kind of blocks did I have? Granite. Okay. Out of granite walls, if I just sort of did... Oh, yeah, I'm not going to have nearly enough for this. Not nearly enough. No, not even worth it. Cancel that. Cancel that, because they're just going to partially do it and then get stuck. So, no, we won't be doing that. Thank you. We'll wait a little bit. Oh, the ducks are getting carved up. Good. Painstingle's on duck duty. Getting the ducks all carved up and ready and dressed and whatnot. Ready for dinner. How much... I wonder how much duck meat we got out of that. That's alpaca meat. That's different. There's duck meat and duck meat. Quite a bit. Actually, we didn't do bad. Slaughtering 10 ducks is probably the best idea I've had this week. Bristly, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think slaughtering 10 ducks was the best idea I've had this week. This is my thought. I know I completed a quest. That's fine. Thank you very much. Any movement on the colossal mining project? Nope. Oh, and this duck is stuck in the door, holding the door open. That's fussy. Can somebody go deal with the dead duck who is now a dead duck doorstop? Oh, there's a good one. Dead duck doorstop. Go ahead and say that a few times fast if you can. Kalian's doing that shield. Perfectly good candidate. Could you get the duck out of there, please? So it's not a dead duck doorstop. That's almost as good as Double Sofa Sammy, but not quite. Not quite. So yeah, dead duck doorstop. There's a phrase. There's a phrase. Okay, duck is in. Oh, and shield is just immediately butchering it. Even better. This is finally getting walled off here. Excellent. Where do I have power kicking around here? Down here. Okay. Just get the conduit to go there. Bring it down here. Over to there. Up to there. And then sort of in that direction, please. Thank you. And then I'll get a light over there, and we get some lights in what will be either the infirmary or the prison, depending on who shows up first. Bristly just had dinner. Excellent. I have not. I had yogurt, but that's not really dinner. It's just sort of a light snack, I believe. What else is everyone up to? I'd like some movement on the mining project. Will the new guys who don't really do much do mining? They will. Actually, they will. They will do mining. They're terrible at it, but they'll do it. And actually, Sebastian, you have a bit of a passion for cutting down trees. Why don't you be really good at that? And you're interested in it, you may as well do it. Well, 2 extra people, that might get the mining going on a little bit better. What are my exact problems here? We need warm clothes. Vector and Sebastian need a weapon. No, actually, just Vector. Just Vector. People have tattered apparel, but that's Vector and Sebastian. I think that's kind of their problem. I should build them something, though. They probably need pants. Everybody always need pants. What do you guys show up with here? You actually have no pants. Yeah, you've once again, people have turned up to the Wild Pants colony with no pants. I don't even know what to do with you people. And your parka's terrible. And so is your tribal wear. And your hat. You showed up with no pants and a jacket and called it a day. Okay, fair enough. Is dinner the middle meal or the final meal? For me, it would be the final meal. The final meal. I actually haven't had dinner. I had a light snack for lunch because it's not dinner time here. I don't know how the British do it because they have like dinner and supper, and I never understood which one was which. I never understood the difference between the two. I think pretty much most Americans would say dinner and supper is the same thing. It's the evening meal, before you go to bed kind of thing. So, what for the British? What exactly can somebody finally define after so many years on this planet and years living in that country? Can somebody please define the difference between dinner and supper? And then I there was a thing I heard where it's like a class thing. Like, oh, the upper class people have dinner, but lower class people have supper. I think it's just food. Went out for a pub lunch, overcooked and overpriced. Sounds like a pretty typical pub lunch, I think. I was going to do something. Oh, tailoring. Right. Let's get some pants for people. Nobody ever has pants around here. Make a couple of cowboy hats. Make a couple of shirts. If you've got the materials, make up a couple of parkas. We'll see if we can get these people clothed. I believe dinner is the main meal. Supper is the evening meal, which can also be dinner. That has done nothing to explain it, Google. That has done absolutely nothing to illuminate the point. Supper is a Hobbit-style meal served between tea and bed. So then it's dinner. Then it's the final meal, the final large meal before you go to bed. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, exactly, Willow. Exactly. That's how I think of it. I don't really ever find myself using the term supper. Lunch being my main meal. Yeah, I would loosely agree. I tend to have, well, no, I wouldn't really. Probably dinner is my main meal. It's certainly when I probably consume the largest quantity in terms of volume of food. The important thing to know is the day isn't over until you eat a cookie. Mrs. Dave and I would be inclined to agree with you on that, Boss Ross. That's a very valid and strong point. I feel I'm going to put in, because I've got nothing better to be doing with my time, I'm going to put in some floors. Specifically, paved tile. Yeah, I'm doing this. Neutral and looks slow to build. That's fine. If this ends up being a hospital or a prison, it'll still work for that kind of floor. Forgot to check YouTube. Well, you found us. Excellent. Okay, Sunday lunch is Sunday. All right, cool. Let's slow this down here. Sunday lunch roast is dinner. Wednesday night mac and cheese is also dinner, or diner, as the case may be. The latter would also be supper. You're making it worse, Kugel. You're actually making it more confusing for me. I don't know how. I've been confused about it for years, and somehow it's even worse now. So, is this one of those, like, Venn diagram things where supper is dinner, but dinner is not necessarily supper? Please, somebody's got to get this. All right, Bristly says supper is a small meal to top you up before bed. Okay, so Bristly, huddle up here. Bristly, you're saying that you as your family would have dinner, and then later, if you were hungry, you would eat supper before bed, but that would be a lighter meal, maybe more snack-like in its consistency and composition. Supper is not substantial like dinner. Okay, so that goes along with what Bristly is saying, that one or a family or whatever collective you may have would have dinner, and then later, if peckish, might have supper. Mel does not really do dinner. Breakfast, heavy lunch. Something like for supper. Okay, that's fair. Heavy lunch. I would think in a very warm climate like that, a heavy lunch would kind of weigh you down for the rest of the day. But I don't know. As I was going to say yesterday, sports would be better with ninja, explosions, and parkour. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. I don't know where that weighs in on the supper-dinner argument, but I certainly agree with it. Wishing there were a few more edible plants in House Slipper. Love to be able to grow all the ingredients needed for zucchini bread. Okay, well, you'd need wheat for flour. You'd need something to turn the wheat into flour. You'd need a cow or two, because you're going to need butter, I believe, for that. I mean, it would help. You don't need it, but it would help. Certainly you're going to need some kind of milk or something. Consider dinner and supper interchangeable for an evening meal. So this has done nothing. This has done nothing to solve my confusion. We're all just saying it's whatever you feel. It's an abstract concept of a meal. What is dinner? What is supper? It's like, I don't know, it's like a Dadaist expression of art. It just is. It is whatever you feel it to be. Well, can I therefore go over and 7 o'clock in the morning get out a big roast beef and say I'm having supper? Or are people going to go, no, it's breakfast time. Why would you be having supper? Monday to Friday lunch is middle meal. At weekend, dinner is middle meal. Late night meal is an evening snack, says Willow. Okay. Shall I start mentioning brunch and Brinner? No, I get brunch, man. I get brunch. I understand brunch. Karina Barana, welcome, welcome. Supper is more like German. Okay, hang on a sec. Abendbrot. Abendbrot? I'm probably horribly mispronouncing that. I have a tendency to do that. Which isn't a warm dinner, but bread and cold cuts. Okay, okay. Now that is explanatory. That is explanatory. Karina Barana, is your name based on the Carmina, the music, the piece of music that I can't pronounce because now I'm fixated on that name instead of the actual name? Carmina Barana? No, it's, oh god, it's one of my favorite pieces of music. And because I'm looking at your name in text, I can't think of the actual name of the piece of music, but it's one of my favorites. Brunch, breakfast, lunch, hybrid. Brinner breakfast. You know what? There's just too many words in there. Better to start early and work it off through the day. When my buddy was training for the army, he ate later to help gain weight. Yeah, I've heard varying opinions on that. I mean, not opinions, but I've heard various experts say different things. Some people say, don't eat a big meal late at night because you're going to gain weight. And other people have said you can eat whenever you want so long as you're enjoying the correct amount of physical activity to reduce that weight. So it doesn't really, basically, it didn't really matter when you ate. So I don't know the answer. I'm not a doctor or a physician of any kind or a nutritionist or anything like that. Brunch is well known. You're not wrong. Everybody understands brunch. Everybody understands brunch. Carmina Barana, thank you. Thank you. It was based on your... See, I couldn't pull that out of my head because I was looking at your name in text and it just kept messing with me. It's one of my favorite pieces of music. So welcome. I love that piece of music. Everybody loves that piece of music. It's so dramatic. It just says, barbarians charging across the Baron's steps or something, which is totally not what it's about. I had a friend of mine who was a music teacher, and she explained to me what the words mean. I had no idea what the words mean. And I am led to understand by her that it's sort of more of a lusty, medieval folk tale, not folk tale, but folk song, basically about virility of some sort. I don't know. I mean, she could have just been messing with me, but she did have the authority to say this is what that song means. It doesn't sound like it, but apparently that is what it is. Dare I ask, cream teas and elevensies. Yeah, the British are into eating like a lot. Frequently. Not a lot in terms of quantity, but frequently is what I say. Girls und Panzer, to be a fun watch, but some of their tank physics are rather bad. Okay. Is that brunch? I don't know. My family would have supper as a smaller meal before dinner. After lunch, dinner is a big meal with all the food groups. Right. The English are indeed complex, Phosphorus, and apparently very hungry. You're not wrong. What I should probably be looking at RimWorld. The mining project has begun. Excellent. Good. I'd like to get that done while we've got an extra couple of pair of hands. Speaking of an extra couple of pair of hands, how's Reed doing? 1.3. A little slow, but we're getting there. And I see we are making clothing. Who still has problems with their pants around here? Because I have a pair of pants. They're poor quality, but they're at the highest level of durability. So, Vector, for instance, did you walk in here without pants? Oh, no, you have pants. You actually showed up with pants. Good job. And Sebastian, you do not have pants. All right, so you can wear those pants, Sebastian. I would love to have a park with all the plants on the trail would be eatable so you could walk and snack. I'm assuming you mean in-house slipper. Drinking song. Yeah, I exactly, Karina. Exactly. I don't remember the exact description that she told me, but it was more of like a medieval folk song kind of thing with some somewhat adult overtones, I believe is how she basically described it. Like, not out and out lusty, I guess, would not be the right term, but, sort of nudge, nudge, wink, wink kind of stuff, I guess. Okay, Legua, what exactly are you working on right now? A shirt, okay. So did you just make another pair of pants? Because those are the first two things on the queue. Yeah, you did, okay. And they're actually very high durability. Does anyone need pants? Because I've made a few. What is this shirt? Oh, that's an excellent shirt. Oh, Sebastian, would you like an excellent shirt? I bet you would. So yeah, go put an excellent shirt on, and then we'll see if we can scare you up a hat and a parka. It's about all you're missing. Here's a hat. You can have the cowboy hat. And then I think somebody eventually will be working on a parka for you. It's going to be very, very exciting. I will craft a bow just to get this little flag off the side here of Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Is cream tea different than lunch? Probably, Willow. Apparently the British are extremely diverse and odd about exactly what food is what at what time of day. Pants that are durable but not well made. Were they crafted by the apprentice blacksmith? Yes, indeed. Yes, they're made out of steel. They're terrible, but they're never, ever going to wear out. So, Sebastian, oh, you're making the bow. Good. Kalian's working on the flooring. It looks like we got the power done. So let's get some lights on in this place. Put a light there and put a light in this corridor here. That'll perk people up. People like it when it's not quite as dark. So Sebastian, I've dealt with many of your clothing issues. What are Vector's issues in terms of clothing? You have a terrible shirt. You have a acceptable hat and barely acceptable pants. Just barely cutting it there. So you could use a shirt first. Why don't you, go wear that shirt. And then we'll try and get some parkas put together for you as best we can. I know it's not cold now, but it's going to be reasonably soon. May as well get that under control. Any 0%ers would like to get murdered? It's a bunch of guinea pigs. Oh, no, wait a minute. There's alpacas. Yeah, there's some good meat on those. Oh, no, not the donkey. The donkey will hit back. No. Don't click on the donkey. The donkey will come and donkey us in the face. It won't be fun at all. Oh. All right, so I'm just largely waiting for people to finish doing things. Painstingle, what exactly are you researching right now? Geothermal, right. I did make a rush for that. And actually, you're going pretty good on that. You're about 3/4 done. Excellent. I'd love to have geothermal power up sooner rather than later. That would be very, very good. It's an odd choice. I know not a lot of RimWorld people necessarily do that, but I just make a beeline for geothermal because geothermal always works. I'm not dependent on the wind. I'm not dependent on somebody fueling a generator. I'm not dependent on the sun. It just always, always works. Oh, we made that bow. Who was whining about not having a weapon? Vector. Vector, take a quick break from mining, if you could, and come get this bow. Just go get that right down there. Thank you very much. And then you can totally go back to mining. I actually appreciate you doing that. Then I'll run some walls in here. Maybe a corridor off here. Haven't made that decision yet. Or maybe nothing at all. Maybe I'll actually run that up here. I'll run a wall there. And that'll all enclose that nicely and make it very, very defensible. If people want to come and murder us in the face, they're going to have to work for it when I'm in charge around here. And I will be. Yeah, we got geothermal right up here. It's almost a shame not to get it this early. And kids, while you're out and about and mining, go ahead and mine that out, please. And that, thank you. Appreciate your work. Do you have a safe way to fight a donkey, like a gun or a shield? Oh, we're armed. We're armed. There's no problem with killing the donkey. It's just that I'd prefer not to, because it's just an unnecessary risk. So all of these alpacas that we're currently murdering, they will never fight back. Ever, ever, ever. And the rest have varying percentages. Boomalope, 2% chance. A lot of things have 2% chances. Now, the donkey has got a 5% chance. And I'm going to tell you right now, from more than a few hours in RimWorld, that 5% is going to come up every darn time. It's like a reverse version of XCOM. So you're betting on 5%, you think your money is pretty safe, but like you miss a 99% chance in XCOM 2, like I did the other night. 99% they missed. Here, you're betting on a 5% chance, and that damn thing will hit every time. That donkey will absolutely go mental and try and murder us in the face. Can we tame the donkey? Yes. Yes. I'm actually not sure that we have a colonist with a high enough animal skill. Oh, actually, shield isn't bad at an 8. Different animals will have different levels that they need to be at to try to be tamed. Not so much really... Ooh, Legu is showing up with a 9. That is good. Unfortunately, that also runs the risk of them attacking. So if you try to tame them and they're not into that, they will turn around and attack. It's just easier not to go near them. It's just easier to ignore them. When I want to hunt something, and I learned this lesson putting RimWorld royalty on the channel when we had the great Muffalo experience, where that 2% hit and it sent the entire herd off and we were all murdered by Muffalos. If I want to go hunting things at this point in the game, because later on we'll have better armor and way better weapons, I'll be a lot more confident about sending people out by themselves to go hunting, because I'm not really keeping an eye on them. They're just going off and hunting, and I'm kind of hoping it's all going to work out. We'll have better weapons and armor, and I'll be more confident about that. Right now, at this stage of RimWorld, in our first season, I would actually just draft people and send them all out together and do it manually, really hunt manually, because then I can at least see what's going on and we can react when the monkeys go mental. Have you seen the Bosch Easy Cut Nano? I have not, Bobcat. I like the sound of it already, because it's got Bosch in the title, and it's got the word cut in the title. And as I've said many, many times, if you want to destroy something, you go and buy a Bosch tool for it. So what is the Bosch Easy Cut Nano? Or if you don't feel like it, like drop a link in the Discord or something. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. Drop a link in the Discord. I would like to know exactly what the Bosch Easy Cut Nano is. It sounds amazing. I already want to buy one, and I don't even know what it is. It's a chainsaw the size of a compact drill. Oh god, yes, I need that. I needed that years ago. I absolutely... How soon? I'm probably going to need to call the stream early to just go and buy that. I have no idea what I'd use it for. I just need to own that. Yes, indeed, Mel, the great Muffalo revenge of 2020. Would it be easy to tame alpacas, breed them, ride some, eat some, make clothes? Broadly, yes. Broadly, yes. Like I was saying about the ducks, I have to feed these animals, and I didn't plant any hay. I didn't plant any hay this year because I didn't think we were going to have a great crop of animals. They don't really come in crops, do they? But anyway, a great stock of animals. So I didn't bother planting hay, and it's way too late in the season to get it going now. Visitors, right, they might have a few items. I betcha it's going to be pemmican, herbal medicine, maybe a bow. That's what they're going to show up with, and that's all broadly fine. Oh, you put a link in the Discord. Excellent. Shameless self-promotion. Link down below. Good. I will check that out later. I already want it. I absolutely already want it. So, if you're bemused, chat, Bristly and I are talking in monkey code about his latest video, which you should jolly well go and watch after Dave. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. People should be watching Bristly anyway. I've said that many times. And just go do it. Whatever Vosseros just said, just go do it. I've accidentally caused a colony to get wiped out by alpacas. It was an alpacalypse. Ah! Vosseros, did you approve that one? Did Bobcat, like, private message you and say, hey, I'm going to go with this amazing pun? What do you think? Because I feel that needed Vosseros level approval for the alpacalypse, which is excellent. Well done. Ah, Livingston, I see you have a few items to trade. Are they pemmican? Because that's pretty much what you guys show up with. I mean, not that it would be terrible to have a little extra food kicking around, but we're probably not going to trade with these people. What do you got? What do you got? Oh, right! I forgot I bought the Venom Fangs. Holy moly, I'm glad this trader showed up. I totally forgot I bought those. You do actually have some components for sale. And some real medicine. I would not be opposed to buying that at all. Is there anything I can sell you in return? Yeah, you can have these terrible pants and this terrible tribal wear. It doesn't really do a lot, but yeah, I will take components and medicine. You're never going to go wrong getting those. I'm way more excited to be reminded that I bought those Venom Fangs. Bleepity bleep. I always play cannibal colonies because it's easier food-wise. When stuff gets bad, just sacrifice a colonist. Sometimes I take cannibals. It's kind of fun sometimes. I had a colony where I had it was a huge colony. I think I had like 14 or 15 colonists in it, and only one of them was a cannibal. Now, obviously, if only one of them is cannibal, all the other ones get freaked out. So basically, he had his own weird private colony. It was like one bedroom, one kitchen, one freezer, set up next to my traditional Hall of the Dead, and it was just a smorgasbord for him. He would just go into the Hall of the Dead, grab a corpse, butcher it up, cook it himself. Thank God he had a cooking skill. And he almost kind of lived on his own as a cannibal. And the few times that he wandered into the rest of the colony to do work, they'd all be horrified by him. It was great. So you don't make a Hall of the Dead so much as a Hall of the Eaten. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. He had his own kitchen of, I guess, pantry of the dead would be accurate, Vosseros. The pantry of the dead is what it was. It happened. It was great. He had a great time. His mood was great because he had fresh human meat all the time. Speaking of Hall of the Dead, we don't have any dead people now, but we're going to. I should think about where the Hall of the Dead is going to go. And actually, if I set the Hall of the Dead up right here, go ahead and mine that out. Just get that out of my life. That would also enable me to close off this gap here. It'd be one less piece of wall I'd have to put up. I kind of like that idea. How did we do on the stone block scenario? Not fabulous. Got some marble blocks. That's all fine. We did. Oh, those were steel walls. Okay. I mean, it doesn't suck to have steel, but I thought those were some sort of stone. Ooh, while we're kicking around the neighborhood, let's own everything that's up here. So go ahead and claim literally all of this. Now, some of this I don't want. I can live without the steels. So deconstruct those, deconstruct those, deconstruct those, and then deconstruct all of these walls like that. But I'm going to keep the sarcophagi because, Hall of the Dead is happening sooner rather than later. I may as well get prepped out for that. Oh, no, don't deconstruct that sarcophagus. Get all of that going and that little... Oh, no, don't cancel that. That's a sarcophagus. I wanted that. I would actually prefer you repaired it. Oh, and keep the urns. Those are really easy free ways to perk the place up around here. Okay, get on that, kids, when you get a chance, please. How did you forget the Venom Fangs? I can't imagine how I forgot the Venom Fangs. Did no one in chat remind you like you asked us to? No one in chat reminded me. Absolutely no one in chat reminded me that I bought Venom Fangs last week. The only issue with cannibals in this game is sometimes the cooks go and start chopping up the bodies and they get sad that they did it. Yeah, it's weird. Like, you almost want to yell at the colonists, just get over it. You're crash landed on a planet. You're going to have to accept the fact that you're going to be butchering some humans. That's how these things work. That's how these stories work. Why did I come back here? Oh, the Venom Fangs. Right. I can't believe I forgot about that. Now, who was I? I think I had a plan as to who I was going to give them to. You're melee 5, you're melee 3, you're melee 6. Legua's up on an 8 there for melee. Legua, how would you like to have poisonous fangs? I mean, the answer to that question is, who the heck doesn't want poisonous fangs? Vosseros has now assigned you that job, Sassy. Vosseros has assigned you that job. So you are in charge of reminding me. I'm going to say reminding me when I bought Venom Fangs, but basically reminding me when I bought anything insanely cool that needs to be, I guess the appropriate term would be installed into somebody, like a human. So if I buy, the spikes or the little dermal implants that you can get this game, it is now officially your job to remind me that I've done that. In the same way that Sage's job is to tell me the letter E at all times when necessary, it is now your job to say, don't forget you bought something stupid cool last week and you should totally install that on somebody. I think it's going to be Legua. I think Legua is getting the Venom Fangs. Now. Who's good enough to install them? Medical 6. Medical 1. Ain't you. Medical 3. Okay, 3 on Legua. Thankfully, it's not Legua as our best doctor. Weber, not even a drop. Vector or Sebastian. No, you're terrible. Okay, so it's basically going to be Shield. Shield is our camp doctor, if you will. I thought the Venom Fangs were harvested from that cobra. No, they're like a bionic implant, Bobcat. They're awesome. It's one of the parts of RimWorld Royalty that I think is one of the best parts. We kind of chatted about this last week. I like RimWorld Royalty a lot. I think it adds a tremendous amount of value to the game. Are there some not so great parts of it? Yeah, probably. I mean, it does make the game it makes the story seem a little more forced. It almost takes some of the story generation away when you have, I guess, what is effectively a plot line. of going through the ranks of the royalty to achieve royal status. So, I mean, that part is not as good, but I'm going to tell you, some of the items they put in, like venom, like basically bionic weapons, are just stupid cool, and I want all of them. Press Y to honk. Excellent. Very good. So, S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be performing the operation on Legua. I would love to get Sebastian. Actually, I don't really need to get him out of the hospital area. I mean, it can just be, this bed can be a hospital area. It's just going to be awkward having Venom Fangs installed when you're next to somebody who's trying to sleep. But I think we're going to give it a whirl. Okay, I don't traditionally do this, but I am absolutely dropping a save on this before we install the Venom Fangs, because I just don't want a critical failure and we lose Legua. Legua dies in surgery. So I am unashamedly dropping a save at this moment. Where's the Wild Pants? There they are. Dropping a save on the Wild Pants. So that sounded better in my head than when it came out of my mouth. So that if there is a critical failure, I can just rewind time and we don't lose Legua. So Legua, how would you like to have Venom Fangs installed into your mouth? Please say yes. I am going to install Venom Fangs. Oh, good. This is going to go over great. Let's get this over with, actually, Legua. Just in case there is a critical failure, I don't want to take up too much time here. So you go to bed, and S.H.I.E.L.D., you're pretty nearby anyway. What are you doing? Oh, you're hunting. Okay. We're going to take a break from hunting to rip open someone's jaw and install poisonous bionic implements in there. So try and keep up, S.H.I.E.L.D., if you can. Had to take Brandy out to do her thing. Recovering dog is recovering. Good. Good. I'm glad Brandy's feeling better, and I'm sorry you're not feeling better. Why wouldn't you save early, save often? Well, because it's RimWorld, and kind of the point of RimWorld is, things happen. Things happen. I don't, and there are autosaves in it, too. I have it set up for the autosaves. Oh, S.H.I.E.L.D., I need you to take a break from hunting and go rip Legua's jaw out. So go ahead and do that. You'll go get... Oh, now that I've definitely feel this is a hospital, I should put some shelving in here so we can hold medicine in here. Anyway, so I don't traditionally save early, save often. Not like I would do, say, in XCOM. But because it's kind of the nature of it. One of the fun parts of the game, weirdly, is losing the occasional colonist or two. Because that's RimWorld. That's what happens. It's like Jack Nicholson in Chinatown. That's RimWorld, baby. Do you consent to install Fangs? Consent is implied. I think consent is implied. It's Legua has clearly taken a position in the hospital bed, and I think that is legally binding. If you give them Venom Fangs to Weber, that would make a great grill. Oh, well done, Google. Well done. Vossros, did you approve that one? Because I can't imagine that got in here without your approval. It would make a great grill. That is actually very, very good. Well done. Well done. You did not miss anything, Willow. What you missed was me forgetting that I bought Venom Fangs last week. So I have a poisonous bionic implant that I can install on somebody, and now we're going to do it. So Legua has basically, in a legally binding manner, said, please rip out my teeth and install poisonous bionic implants, and S.H.I.E.L.D. here is off to do it. So S.H.I.E.L.D.'s going to come in. There's the Venom Fangs. There's the bionic implant right there. Already got some medicine set up. So S.H.I.E.L.D.'s going to come along, anesthetize Legua, hopefully do the surgery correctly. That's why I saved beforehand in case there's a critical failure. I mean, not only for the colonists, but I think you actually lose the thing, too. I think you lose the Venom Fangs if you critically fail at this. Let's see how this goes. It's going to take S.H.I.E.L.D. a while. S.H.I.E.L.D. is not a great doctor. Your local gun shop has an SMLE for sale for only $300. Makes me wish I'd gotten more hours this month. Is that a good thing? Someone is going to be a venomous vampire. Spike Little Girl, welcome! Yes, you've nailed it, Spike Little Girl. You have correctly identified what is happening on screen right now. Somebody is going to be not just a vampire, but a venomous vampire. And then, hopefully later, the way I want to see this go is we can pick up some more of the melee bionics. Like, you can basically become Wolverine. You can have big hooks and claws shoot out of your, I think, elbows, weirdly. But anyway, you can do that too. I'm missing a quest here. What's the quest? Special trade request. They want to purchase some jackets. Yeah, but we're going to have to go there. We're not going anywhere. No, we're not going anywhere right now. And actually, your rewards are not even that good. You're offering to give us a nose. You're... Okay, I just want everyone in chat to be very, very clear about something that's just happened in RimWorld here. They would like us to produce for them 7 jackets, in return for which they're going to give us a nose. Like a nose that goes on your face nose. Not like a multitude of people saying no. Not like you're voting and it's the yays and the no's. No, they're going to give us a nose in exchange for some jackets. I think we're gonna not do that, actually. Legua, surgery's over. How'd we do? Legua now has venom fangs. Legua now has venom fangs. You're sedated. It's going to take you a while to get up and about, and it's going to take you even longer to get moving quickly. That sedation lasts for a while, even when you're out walking. But yeah, okay, Legua is now a poisonous cybernetic vampire. I could not be happier with that. I couldn't be happier with that phrase. That's a great phrase. Legua is either going to die first or socially fight and poison everyone. Ooh, bleep, bleep, bleep. You're not wrong about that. That's something to take into account. If Legua goes all mental and starts a fight with somebody, Legua could actually do some damage. Like poisonous, deadly damage. Huh. That's a really valid point. I didn't think of that. Well spotted there. That is going to make Legua far more dangerous in the event of some kind of mental break or something like that. What will happen if Legua bites his tongue? Then it's game over, Kukul. It's game over for Legua. I don't know how cybernetics work. I would assume that there would be some sort of antidote or something where you wouldn't be poisoned by your own poison. Because if you have... Okay. Let's look at this from the concept of a snake. A snake doesn't have a finite amount of poison in its body. A snake is going to bite many, many things over the course of its life, so it's going to have to produce more poison. A skunk doesn't have a finite amount of really foul-smelling stuff in its butt. It's got to produce that over... I know it doesn't really come from there, but it feels like it does. So these animals have to produce these substances. I'm going to assume that Legua is exactly the same. And if that's the case, obviously a snake does not die from a snake's own poison, to my knowledge. I could stand to be corrected on that. Okay, Mel's already there. Snakes are immune to their own venom. Boom. Done. Yeah, because snakes have to make the venom inside them somewhere. So I think it would be a very quick snake population if they died the second they made it. Yeah, I had to figure... I'm no zoologist or animal expert, but I had to figure that snakes are immune to their own poison. I assume if you produce the poison, you'll build an immunity. Yeah, Birdbrains, exactly. And welcome, Birdbrains. I didn't see you come in. So exactly like Mel just said, snakes are immune to their own venom. There's no reason that Legua wouldn't be. I'm sure it's part of the cybernetic packaging in some way. It's probably an extra bit that they install somewhere that they're not going to die from their own poison. Yeah, see, Legua's already up and about and showing off... sorry, Legua, I never remember. Are you a boy or a girl? Does it matter? Do you care? You are a male. Okay. Legua is showing off his new venom fangs to anyone who will look. And menacingly grinning at people, I guess. Surely in this case, it's the fangs that make the venom, not the body. I don't know. That's the depth of my knowledge on RimWorld cybernetics, bleepity bleep. Can venom fangs help with poison cure research? I don't think there is poison cure research in this game. I don't think that's in the tech tree. I think if you're poisoned, you're dead. That's how RimWorld works. If you do lots of things, you're dead. If you breathe wrong, you're dead. How are we doing on the... we've deconstructed a lot of this. Oh, well done, team. Yes, you got a lot of stone blocks out of that. Granite, specifically granite. You pulled a lot of granite out of this. That's some slate. That's more granite. That's also more granite. Okay, we got a bunch of granite out of that, which means I can go ahead with making that other bedroom just to get Sebastian out of what is now the hospital. Granite wall, yes please. Now I've got some extra granite kicking around. We can get some work done around here. Give me a wooden door right there, and then call me when you're done with all that. Maybe you should make Legua bite a colonist to see how it works. Can I do that? I'm sure I probably can. Legua, first of all, go prioritize refueling that generator, please. I actually need you to do something constructive around here. Then I might draft you and see if I can theoretically do that. What are you armed with, by the way, Legua? You've got a rifle. Okay, we're gonna probably spin you more to a melee stance. Really, I could stand to do. I do have one knife here. That's about it. I could stand to build whatever it is, the smithy or the forge or something, and get Legua a melee weapon. Because Poison Fangs ain't doing squat if you're halfway across the map shooting at something. It's all well and good having Poison Venom Fangs, but if you've got a gun, you're probably not going to get in range enough to do anything with that information. Can you just give all your villagers gills and watch as they slowly die from being on dry land? I could. They don't actually have gills. But if they did, I'm actually surprised RimWorld hasn't gone that route. That's a surprise. Well, I don't think there's any... There's no... To my knowledge, and I'm not 100% on this, to my knowledge, there's no body of water for them to drown in. I mean, there's rivers and stuff, but I think they can just go across it. They just go across it very, very slowly. Oh, Legua's being sick from the anesthetic. Okay. You'll get over it, man. You'll get over it. You've got Venom Fangs. You're halfway to being Vampire RoboCop at this point. Oh, I should have checked. I don't think I do. I should have checked if anyone was actually a transhumanist, because they would have really dug that. Nope, abrasive and pretty, sanguine and abrasive, and I don't care about Vector and Sebastian because they're just temps. Okay, so no transhumanists. I do love having transhumanists because I just slap every bionic implement I can on them. Bleepity is hired to just... Bleepity is hired the devil on Dave's shoulder. Any takers for the role of Angel? No one's ever taken that role, Vosros. No one's ever taken that. Make them attack a colonist. You draft them, make them attack a colonist, or wait for the bite to happen. Social fights usually end with a bite. Yeah, no, you're wrong. No, they do. You're right. That's why that's a very valid point. Often in a social fight in RimWorld, people start biting each other. It's very fussy like that. But you're exactly right. I'm probably not going to have Legua actually bite anyone because I don't really want anyone to die. I kind of need all hands on deck at this point. And, we'll get attacked by somebody. Legua is going to get those chops out at some point. It's really only a matter of time. Kind of surprised we haven't been raided recently, now that I say that. Oh, speaking of raided, Reed, how are we getting along with you? 0.4. Okay, and Pain Stingle's working you right now. This could be your 0.0 moment. I'm just going to speed time up a little bit here. I want to see what happens with Reed. 0.1. Come on, man. One more tiny decimal point and you could have done it there. All right, I get it. Keep working on the geothermal, man. That is very important. You're not wrong. Now what do I do? Can Legua bite a donkey to kill it? Theoretically. I don't think I can make them bite. I think like Bleepity Bleep is saying, they have to kind of do that on their own. I can make them attack, and I can make them attack melee, but I don't think I can specifically make them bite. I don't think that's a mechanic that I can do. I could be 100% wrong about that, but I don't think it is. Mine that out, somebody. Why is that unmined? Get these things done around here. Oh, I was going to work on the Hall of the Dead. Right, and now that I've got more than a little bit of granite blocks, we can get that done. What is this? It's marble. Okay, it looked a little bit like uranium, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't. We should start dissecting this mountain soon. That is steel. Okay, yeah, we should really start bisecting this mountain, finding out what's in there. We didn't get a prisoner. Great for testing that and organ harvesting. Wouldn't they therefore be harvested, or rather poisoned organs? Would you want that? Do the hearts mean that your lovers are doing unspeakable things? Unspeakable in chat. Yeah, Willow. I mean, I think we're all grown-ups. I think we all know exactly what they were doing. So, unspeakable in the terms of YouTube monetization, but in terms of what we as grown-ups know damn well they were doing, yeah, that's exactly what they were doing. Are there bats in the game yet? No. I wish there were. Wait, are there any flying creatures in this? There aren't. There are no flying creatures in RimWorld. I mean, there are things that theoretically could fly, like the ducks. Ducks can fly, but they don't. Nothing flies in this game. It just walks on the ground. Carrie, welcome! Welcome. Carrie, I remember to like myself. It was very exciting. I absolutely remembered to like myself. You were going to spoil... Not you, Carrie, the raccoon. Sorry, not you, Carrie. The raccoon is going to spoil in 5 seconds, so we probably won't make a move on that. But the other food is looking good. We've actually got some food. We're not out of food. We've got a good bit of food. It is coming up to winter, sooner rather than later. Any 0%ers that want to get murdered? No, actually some pretty high percenters around here. It's one turkey. Oh, get that done. Make sure we exterminate all turkeys at all time. Surprised babies aren't a thing in RimWorld. We were talking about that, a week or so ago. We were talking about that in chat. I mean, I think that's an obvious thing they may pursue in the future, but I'm no game designer or anything, but that would be a fundamental core overhaul of RimWorld. Because once you have babies, then you have to raise babies. Then they have to age. And RimWorld colonists do age, but it's mostly just a number ticking by year after year. And then they hit a certain age, they may develop like old agey things like cataracts or a bad back or something like that. But that's just ticking over a number. That's easy. Once you actually have to start people growing up, like Founder's Fortune. Or The Sims, another good example. You have to actually like have kids age up. That's a real core change, I think. Oh, a solar flare. Oh dear, that's terrible. That's no good. Now we've got no electricity. No swimming, flying, or drowning. Yeah, I didn't think there was drowning. I didn't think that was drowning. I was pretty sure they could cross any body of water. They're just going to do it very, very slowly. People already tantrum enough and do silly things. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, X-Shot, welcome. The Rim is indeed too awful for children. I would not really welcome a children update in RimWorld. I mean, it's fundamentally against the concept of the game, which is getting off the planet. Your goal is not to establish a long-term colony and live there permanently. Your goal is to leave. So it would really kind of violate the core concept of what the game is about. And a lot of games do kids and kids growing up, and colony builders do like people having kids. It's never wowed me. I've never seen that it adds a tremendous amount of game value, except for being able to basically perpetuate your colony onto eternity, which is not the worst thing in the world. RatchBRG, welcome. There are Z-levels mod in beta. What, for kids in RimWorld? Yeah, I won't be doing that. I think a dead duck gave you a thumbs down. Yeah, I noticed that one, and we were kind of talking about that in the Discord. Shameless self-promotion, link down below. That I seem to have a new serial disliker. That seems to be popping up. I've noticed on almost every video within the first couple of minutes, there's an immediate dislike. So clearly I've offended somebody. It's not the first time. It's probably not going to be the last time. Or someone just doesn't like my style and just feels the need to tell me that. That's fine. That's totally cool. I've never understood the value in that, though, because really, I think even people who don't have a channel or aren't in the YouTube game for whatever it is, I think pretty much everybody understands that throwing down that dislike and, sort of waving your fist in the air that I can't see and telling me how much you don't like me that I never hear really actually only helps me. It's just one little more tick of engagement. I mean, in hitting that dislike, you've made YouTube think that this stream is just a tiny, infinitesimally bit more important than it was before you did that. The best thing you can do, if you hate a channel, the best thing you can do is ignore it. Never click on it, never look at it. That's if you want to hurt a channel, you pay zero attention to it. So the fact that I have another new serial disliker, I am totally fine with that. Please go ahead and hit that if you feel that's something you need to do. If that's how you need to express yourself against me. I don't really know what it is that I would do to someone that would encourage them to do that. But hey, you know what? Everyone's got different tastes. It's totally cool. Everyone has different tastes. So go ahead and do it if that's the way you express yourself. All you've done is make YouTube think that this stream is just a teensy tiny bit more important than it was before you did that. The game has marriage. That's enough punishment. Then you put the risk of pack of Labradors joins. Exactly. Yeah, I have enough problems with the 10 ducks that joined earlier. I don't need kids on top of that. Willow says I've gotten popular enough to get an automatic disliker. Yeah, I'm sure I've annoyed somebody. It's fine. I really don't have a problem with it. Again, if you're trying to hurt a channel, which is basically impossible because there's a million channels and YouTube is really not that concerned about any one particular channel. But if you're looking to hurt a channel, the best thing you do is ignore it. You pay it no attention. You never click on it. You never like it. You never dislike it. You never comment. Just leave it alone And trust me, YouTube will make it go away. If nobody pays attention to it, it will go away pretty darn quickly. Wait, nice reference, Vossross. Oh, a dog and 4 meddling kids. Oh, yeah, well done. Well done. I liked that, Vossross. I did. I mean, they telegraphed that from a mile away in Epic Tavern. They telegraphed that from a mile away. From the moment you show up to the castle or the lighthouse or whatever it was, and there's a big lightning strike, you know what's coming down the pike. You know the guy who let you in the door did it. But it was well done. They executed it well. So even though I knew exactly what was going to happen, it was still fun when it happened. I did enjoy that. That's 10 ducks. You got a bunch of meals that joined. Oh, we've already slaughtered them. Bleepity bleep. Yeah, we already did that. They walked in, I killed them. Like, there was not even a pause. I mean, there might have been a pause because we were just getting warmed up at that point, so we were chit-chatting about things. But yeah, they walked in and I immediately slaughtered them. That's just not an option. I'm not keeping 10 ducks around, especially when I've got no food for animals. I don't want them to start in the winter when there's no bushes or trees or anything. I don't want them coming into the base and eating our meals. I wouldn't let them, and therefore they just starve to death outside. So no, we don't need 10 ducks around here. Thank you very much. The mining project is going a little slow, isn't it, folks? It's going a little bit slow if we're honest about things, guys. And we are. Painstingle, however, is doing very well on the research front. It's been a long haul. I mean, geothermal power is not a small thing to be researching this early in the game. It's 3,200 research points. But Painstingle, sorry, what are you, Yeoman now? I forget what your actual title is. You are, what are you? Wait, are you not? Yeah, Yeoman. There you are. You're a Yeoman. Yeoman Painstingle, diligently working on geothermal power. YouTube sounds like Animal Crossing's villagers. If you dislike them, that's still engagement, and if you ignore them, they go away. It's exactly right. It's exactly right. That's how YouTube plays. It's how every social media plays. Every single... I think we're all smart enough to understand this. I'm not really sure sometimes why people don't understand it, but all social media is based on engagement. If you hit it, if you click it, if you touch it, it becomes more important. It doesn't matter really what you do to it. Every single social media is basically based around engagement. I got into this, not scathing argument, because really it was like arguing at a brick wall. But somebody was saying, I was actually on Reddit, and somebody was saying how people had been disliking his videos. And he had more dislikes than likes, and he was very, very upset about it because he was a little paranoid and he felt people were targeting him or something. And just, hey, people don't like your style. People don't always like my style. Even people who like me don't always like my style. But anyway, and I explained to him about the whole, it's engagement, although it sucks, you should embrace it because it's helping your channel, and pointed out to him that the platform we were discussing this on, i.e. Reddit, was literally based only on engagement. Only on engagement. Only the things that get engagement get to the top of Reddit. That is their entire function. Now, other platforms like Facebook and Twitter, they have other variables that go into that, but we were on Reddit discussing engagement. Reddit is only based on engagement. If you click it, it just became more important. Agent MOR, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just thought of something. Do you have a dumping ground for rock chunks? I actually do. Yes, Bobcat, I do. I have one right over here. It's not completely full. We've got some room to grow over there. So yes, we do have a dumping ground for chunks. If I had packs of Yorkies join, but didn't slaughter them, because the idea of attacking Yorkies is hilarious. Well, that was Penge's problem. Penge had all those Yorkshire Terriers, and then we started streaming some RimWorld, and a whole bunch of Yorkshire Terriers showed up. I felt he had somehow invaded my game. I've been on sites where people who don't like other people try to get people's accounts banned. Yeah, I can't imagine going to that kind of fuss. I can't imagine going to that kind of fuss. Again, if you don't like a channel, if you don't like a personality on a channel, just go away. Just ignore it. We're not forced to engage with social media. We can just turn it off if we don't like it. One time I had a character named after me. They lost their arms in battle, and I didn't get bionic arms for a long time. Problem was, she was the colony lorekeeper in RimWorld. Was that me? Did I do that to you? That sounds like something I would have done. Sorry if that was me. I don't know that it was. I'd like more bionics. I'd like more people to be bionic around here, even if they're not transhumanists. Sebastian, what are you up to? What are you doing? Oh, you're going to bed. Okay, that's fine. We're going to move you out of the sort of hospital, Sebastian. Let's actually get that going. So give me some furniture. Yeah, we'll make a double bed. Why not? Why not? They love double beds. They really do. So get that to go like that, right there. Now let's just perk the place up a little bit. We'll put an end table down. We'll get you a dresser over here. And where's my power? Not quite as far as I would like it to be. Okay. Why don't you come up here, and then why don't you go up here, just in case we need something going on over there. Oh, hang on, Vosros. For some strange reason, I have to approve that. It was someone else. Oh, good. It was an armless affair. Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't me. I've gotten more than a few people killed. So, unrelated, gotta go. Been awake for too long. Thank you so much for coming by, Bristly. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your dinner and or supper. Bub at 1097, welcome. Welcome. First stream you've been able to catch. Well, I'm glad you're here. I am very, very glad you're here. Nothing much particularly exciting is going on right now. We're just sort of waiting for people to do things here in RimWorld and discussing largely ducks. Largely ducks. Do you ever play RimWorld in the North Pole or extreme desert? You know, I keep wanting to. Every time I start up a new colony, which is frequently, I might add, I'm a serial re-roller in general, and very much with RimWorld. If I go through like a few seasons and I'm just not getting the vibe of the colony, I'm not like catching the wave of the colony, I'll just burn it to the ground and start a new colony. I keep meaning to try something a little bit more extreme, like basically not go straight for the North Pole. Because, you know, we all know how we start. We start right on the equator, so it's nice and temperate and nice. But I kept meaning to go progressively more and more north and try a little bit harder and harder challenges. But then I don't. So, you know, that. Wild pants are indeed optional. You're right about that, Boss Ross. This is the wild pants colony of Stabby's Hope. And most people currently have pants. Most people. Not a lot of them, but most people. Okay, pretty much almost the people who want pants have pants. What do we want here? Who's got tattered apparel now? Now it's Weber. Okay, what have you got that's so terrible? Your hat. Okay, your hat is pretty bad. Oh, wow, your shirt is pretty bad, too. Okay, we'll make some more clothes for people. What do we got here? Oh, we are making one parka. That's good. Winter is on its way. Make another one. Make a couple more shirts. You may as well. Let's mix up the hats a little bit. Maybe we get... somebody make a duster. I don't often use those. And a bowler hat. There we go. Get all that queued up. Once RimWorld gets too easy, I usually start again. Deserts, North Pole are the ones I do it with, but the cannibals' only main challenge is when raids don't occur. Yes, I would imagine if you're out of human meat, you're out of human meat. Willow's asking about Frostpunk. I just started playing that, Willow. I picked that up in the Steam Summer Sale because it was going dirt cheap, along with some of their other titles, like This War of Mine. I grabbed that as well. This War of Mine was like something crazy, like $2 or something. I put, I don't know, maybe an hour or so into it. I always knew I'd like it because I watched all of Penge's playthrough of it. I watched that start to finish, so I knew I was going to like it. I just never got around to buying it, frankly, because I'd seen it. So he did a very complete playthrough of what he did, and it was like, well, okay, I don't necessarily need to jump out and get the game because now I've seen it. But I did end up getting it. It was on a really, really good sale, and I have enjoyed it. I don't think it would probably end up on the channel because it's obviously been completely done to death. But yeah, I enjoyed it very much, so certainly, yeah. Are there any advantages in RimWorld to having sea access or a mountain border? Well, sea access I don't know. There are water generators here that you can use for power, but those need to be in a river, not by the ocean. You could get a tile that has a river running right through the center of it, and that would be handy. Now, in terms of mountains, you may notice that I am carving my way into this mountain. Mountains are great for defense. I mean, nobody's busting into a mountain. But what we'll still end up doing is what I've liked here, where we dropped, or where we set up camp, is this little ring of mountains around it. Because now what I can do, when I've got the materials, is start building walls to wall ourselves in, and then within each of those walls, put in a nice little trap corridor. Not that you really need more than one trap corridor, but if you put a bunch of them around, guess what? You can pretty much stop hunting, because animals will wander in and get killed, and then you go get them. It's very, very easy. Yeah, Bobcat agrees. Mountain border is good defensively. Good defensively. And coastal areas, you're right. There's no pirates. Not actual pirates, not pirates with a boat pirates in this game. There are plenty of, things that are named pirates, but they're not real pirates. Oi Innkeep has a free doodat now. Oh, does it really? Does it have a demo? Oh, I've been waiting to check Oi and Keep out. Oh, hang on. I'm just while I'm talking to you, I'm not looking at chat right now. I want to be very clear about that. But I wanted to. I'm just gonna zip over to Steam because by the time I am done with the stream, I will have completely forgotten that you said that unless you message me or something. Which at PS Vossros, there it is. Oi and Keep. Steam is being very reluctant to tell me when you're messaging me, which is very odd. Oftentimes, I just check out your profile and find out, oh my god, you messaged me like a bunch of times. I have spelt Inkeep wrong. Yeah, I totally spelt Inkeep wrong. Hang on. I'm not looking at chat, so if you're saying anything important, I'm not seeing it. Chronicles. Okay, free. I see the word free, and I see Oi Inkeep next to it. Episode 1, Fire and Marshmallows. Okay, how do I get that? I see the word free. Oh, no, it's fire. I was looking at the word fire, and I was reading the word free. How about the other one? Is there... I may have gotten over... I probably should have waited for the rest of Vosseros thing, like whatever it was he was going to say. He could have said, there is no free demo. Stop looking on Steam. Come back to, looking at the chat in the thing that you're streaming anytime now, sweetheart. Doodly doodly do. No, I don't see that. I'm going to go back to chat. All right, what did Vosseros update me on now? Maybe a land pirate. No, none of that. No, I didn't see that, Vosseros. I see free doodat, and you're saying that. I'm not seeing where it is. I see Oi and Keep, and I want that. That looks fun. I think it looks fun. It might actually be terrible. It's going to be, you know what? It's going to be one or the other, and there's not going to be any in between. I see Oi and Keep Chronicles, Episode 1, and then I saw the word free underneath, and I was not confusing that with the word fire. Those are two different words. I guess, no, I don't see any sort of demo. I'll throw it on the wish list just so I get an email about it. But what are you talking about, sir? What is your problem? Oh, I should also look at RimWorld. Yeah, people could be dying and I would have no idea. No idea at all. It's easy to get free fire. It is. Fire's been around for a long time and you almost never have to pay for it. I mean, unless it was like, I don't know, a lighter or a blowtorch or something. That's what I saw. Okay, so we weren't imagining this, Vosseros. It did actually say Oi and Keep, Fire and Marshmallows, and then something that said free. But when I go to that page, nothing at all says free. I've thrown it on the wish list because, again, I'll at least get an email if there's some sort of update on it. It's free, but there's no download things. Yeah, it's very confusing. Because when you put the word free on Steam, I kind of assume that I'm going to get a thing right there and then. Like, not wait for it. I assume when you say free, I can go have a thing. But apparently they've thrown me a curveball here. They've said free, and then there isn't a thing. It's a brand new day in Steam's world. I guess they are getting hit by Epic more than we thought. They've gone all kerflummoxed over there. What am I doing? Okay, the bedroom is almost done, which is great. I can move Sebastian out of here momentarily. Oh, I was going to set up... I'm pretty sure this is definitely going to be the medical bay. And then you know what? I'll put the prison right here. I'll put the prison right next to it. So once Sebastian is out of there, I will put all of those to prison. And in the meantime, start getting some shelves going around here so we can store medicine. I don't want to put them right there, though, because I'm going to want a TV there in the future. And maybe another light right in the middle. Yeah, TV there would be good. And then I could still probably fit the medical bench in here, which is very, very handy. Agent MOR, is Armello one of the games you're considering? I don't know. Hang on. I've got to go back to Steam. I'm no longer looking at chat again. Talk amongst yourselves. Armello. I know the word. I can't remember why I know the word. There it is. Hang on. Armello. Grim fairy tale board game come to life. Okay. Right. RPG elements, tactical card play, tabletop strategy. Just all of those words together, that immediately says Bristly Stranger. Not me. Not necessarily not me, but Bristly Stranger first. Agent MOR, the answer to your question is I hadn't really considered it. I didn't really, even looking at it, I'm not familiar with that. Looking at what it is, I would kick that to Bristly Stranger first before me. Oh, is Birdbrains out of here? Okay, Birdbrains, thank you. Thank you, Bird Brains. Dave's wish list is too complex to navigate. It's not, Fosteros. It's actually painfully simple. Once you understand that 80% of that wish list is not available. These are games that are not out. I think, and it's getting smaller and smaller, the games that are actually out that are still on my wish list. Because I shave those off regularly now. I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested in this. I've said it, I meant it, it's going off the wish list. So it's not actually that complex. It's just that almost every single game on there. Do you know how long it takes me to scroll down to games that are actually available when I go to my wish list? It's painful. It's absolutely painful. It's like 3/4 of the way down. There's finally a game that is for sale and exists. I put stuff on there specifically so Steam will notify me when there's updates and, more importantly, when they're released. I want that email first thing in the morning saying, hey, that game you have, it's finally been released. Because I don't remember release dates. I never remember release dates. I think there's close to 300 games on that wish list, and almost all of them don't exist yet. So I definitely need an email from Steam saying, hey, remember that game you put on your wish list 4 years ago? They finally made it. That's what I'm looking for, because often that's the case. This is not an exaggeration. This is absolutely dead true. There are games that are on that wish list that have been there since I opened my Steam account. These are games that are in embryo. The idea of the game is there. The Steam page is there. How much development has been done? Apparently none. There have been games that have been on there for literal, real-world years. But if the developers ever do make it, I am interested. I would like them to shoot me an email from Steam saying, hey, I know it's 20 years later. I know you're so over all of this, you couldn't even care less, but we did finally make that game you were talking about. So, yeah. Next game I want is 4 weeks from today. Wow. I don't have anything like that. Not at all. Keeping an eye on Pope Simulator. Pope Dave would be amazing to see. I think Pope Dave would be amazing to see in the real world. I think actually naming me Pope, in charge of the Catholic Church, I think that would be amazing. Because it would be the world's shortest papacy. It might not be. I know historically popes are prone to being assassinated. But I think it would really just be marching out into St. Peter's and going, whatever you're into, it's cool. And then I'd resign. That would be my one papal dictate. I don't know what popes do. Papal decree. That would be my sole papal decree. I just walk out in St. Peter's. The masses would be there, eager to greet their new pope, and I'd just be like, hey, whatever you're into. It's totally cool. And I just jet. I'd leave. That would be my papacy right there. Movies on my wish list that get announced and still never made. Some games are like that too. Yeah, I've lost faith in many of them, but they're still there. They're still there. I'm not exaggerating when I say some of the games on my wish list. I've been there for many years, like real time out of my life. When I first got Steam, be flipping through all eagerly, going, "Oh, look at that cool, amazing game." And it says it's ready to be released soon. Awesome, I'll put it on my wish list. Yeah, it's 4 years later. They've done squat with it. 4 weeks from today could be a fun game title. Like, you play as a guy who's 4 game weeks to do a thing. What was, well, they just put out that game that's like, you can only play it for an hour, and then you pass it to somebody else or something like that. 1 hour to live, or something like that. I think 4 weeks from today sounds like a time travel game. I think that sounds like a time travel game where you're trying to solve a mystery in the future or in the past or something like that. Next Pope would overrule you. Yeah, I know. Willow, I didn't claim it would be an effective papacy. But if I could just keep it rolling for 24 hours, I could institute real change on this planet. If I just told however many Catholics there are, like, yeah, just do what you feel. It's totally chill. Yeah, do your thing. Be you. That's Dave Pope. That's Pope Dave right there. It would be one decree, one papal decree, and it'd just be 3 words. You be you. And I'd hand that off. You're right. I'd get immediately dismissed by the following pope. But hopefully in that time, yeah, who knows what would happen. Cool factor about Maunder embalmment. You are technically a mummy at that point. All popes are embalmed. Oh, yeah, good. I'm looking forward to having a good mummy curse then. Something really fun I think. Not just the traditional rot away and die thing. I mean, every mummy does that. It's a cliche. Oh, you rot away and die from the mummy's curse. No, I would want it to be fun. Like, I don't know, you could never wear hats. That would be a fun curse, I think. Because I think that's a curse you could learn to live with, but it would also be very weird. Like if you just couldn't put a hat on your head. That is my official mummy's curse. Can't wear hats. Now, is it deadly? No, only under very, very specific circumstances, probably. It's probably not particularly dangerous or indeed obvious. I mean, you're not going to get people coming up going, "Oh my God, you've got the mummy's curse." But I think it's interesting and I think it's fun. I think it's fun. Do they have a president, king, or emperor sim game? Well, RimWorld for one. I think we can get to be king at some point. I don't know. I've never taken the royalty track all the way to the very, very end. I've gotten pretty high, but I've never taken it all the way to the very, very extreme end. So I'm sure there may be an opportunity where you become king, you become emperor or whatever. Dave the Pope Mummy sounds like a great game. Somebody make that. I thought you would go with the can't wear pants curse. Too easy. Too easy. That's too obvious. Everyone would expect that. Everyone would expect that. I think people would look at my mummy's tomb in, I don't know, the Vatican or wherever I'm entombed and go, oh, that's going to be a no pants curse. I've seen his live streams. It's going to be a no pants thing. But no. It would be no hats. Not that you can't own hats. You just can't put them on your head. Part of the curse... Oh, hang on. There's a major break risk. I should probably pay attention to that. Ah, we finally finished geothermal power. Yay. Okay, what's your problem, Sebastian? Remember, Sebastian, you're temporary. I don't care about you. Oh, you're addicted to drugs. Oh, yeah, that does make you really sad. Really, really sad. Why are you sleeping in the cold? Is it that cold? Oh, actually, it's not warm. Yeah, you're not wrong about that bit, Sebastian. Okay, hang on. I'm going to come back to my curse in just a second. I need to start cutting... I should have done this sooner. I need to start cutting some vents into all of these rooms and getting some heat going on around here. Because it is winter. It's coming very, very soon. So one centrally located there, one in this room, and one in, well, guess what's going in that little gap? One in the hospital. I should also probably get one in the main room here and here. Good thing we got geothermal power because I'm about to suck up a lot of power from all of this. I'll take the closest one over here. So give me that. And give me geothermal. I love geothermal power. It's just always on, except for the solar flares, but we'll learn to cope with that. That is going to go right through your meditation spot. Sorry about that. It's not going to be very meditative with the hum of the power lines, but there we are. Power lines over there. I'll probably wall that in later, just to keep it a little safer from attack. So yeah, anyway, I think my mummy's curse, going back to the no hats thing, is that it's not that you couldn't wear hats. You can't wear hats on your head. So you could theoretically wear a hat on your hands. Or you could, I don't know, tape it to your back or your butt or something. You just can't wear hats on your head. Does holding a notebook over your head count as a hat? Wow, that's a good question, Willow. I hadn't really thought out my curse that far, but I'm going to now. You're forcing my hand, Willow. You're forcing my hand. I'm going to say that does not count as a hat unless you took pages from the notebook and made them into a paper hat. In the same way that if you got a garbage bag, a trash bag, and you wanted to use that for rain protection from your head, I think if you start to fashion it into a hat, then the curse takes effect. I think a lot of it is going to be a very subjective curse, Willow. Don't go down royalty route in RimWorld. They get super fussy and demand silly things. Yeah, I've been far enough down that they start demanding some very, very silly things. And also they just don't work anymore. They're just not doing any kind of work. How about going for saint rather than pope? You get all the perks and your body gets special treatment. So all the good parts of being pope, but none of the downsides, like getting assassinated and people hating you. Where do I wear my pope hat? Well, of course, I would be naturally immune to the curse. As the creator of the curse, I would be immune to the curse. Floating hats. All right, Agent MOR, I see where you're going with that. You're all trying to pick apart my mummy's curse. I will defend my curse. I think, no floating hats. If it is above your head in some manner, then it doesn't work. Then it's part of the curse. It is cursed. Even if it's on an, way up in the sky or something. If you can draw a line between the hat and the top of your head, curse effective. Curse effective. Is a hat still a hat if it's not on your head? Just covered that, bleepity bleep. So what happens when you take the blue pill from Morpheus rather than the red pill? We end up with strange things like me talking about having a mummy's curse where you can't wear hats. Inspired trade by Kalian. That's adorable. I don't really care that much. We don't really have a lot to trade. How's the old tattered apparel coming these days, Sebastian? Remind me what your grief is. You got a good hat. You've got a decent shirt. Your parka's terrible, and your pants are good. Okay, have we created a parka? That's a flak jacket. Do you want that? Would that help? I don't know that we've created... I think people are taking the parkas. So I'm going to queue up a few more. Make another parka, please. Got a lot on their plate there. We need to kill some more animals. We're running out of leathers and furs and whatnots here. Saints would get murdered, but they don't decay. They get their own holiday and lots of art. And their body parts are sacred. Yeah, you're not wrong. There are a lot of perks to being a saint. And pretty much, as I understand it, now I'm no theologian. I want to be very clear about that. I'm no theologian, but as I understand it, the only real thing you have to do to be a saint is have people believe that you're a saint. It's a very subjective process, as I'm led to understand. I know that the Vatican goes through some sort of checking that miracles occurred in the name of said saint, but I also feel that's very subjective, too. I feel that vote could be swayed by many things. So really, the only thing you need to become a saint is to have people believe that you are, in fact, a saint. I got that. I don't got that. I don't got that at all. But, I mean, my cat sometimes does when I give him tuna. That's about it. So if I lean on a tree and it covers my head, it's classified as a hat. No, because the tree is not a hat. No. Try to keep up, bleepity bleep. So the tree is not a hat. We had this issue with the notebook thing. So a tree is not a hat, and a hat is not a tree. A hat could be a tree. I don't know how yet. I'm going to have a very long think about that tonight. But no, if you were... It's not anything covering your head. It can't be any item covering your head. Specifically a hat. And that hat can be any height above your head. So the floating hat thing doesn't fly. It actually does. I made a bit of a wordplay there. But it doesn't fly because if you can draw a line between that hat to the top of your head, then that is a hat that you are trying to wear, and the curse would take effect. Dave is not Roger Moore. He can't be the saint. No, I'm glad I'm not Roger Moore. He didn't age well. Oh, holy moly. Or Val Kilmer. No, speaking of not aging well. Wow. No, I'd rather be neither of those guys, please. Are we going to try and make Dave into a saint to test how the Vatican reacts? Yeah, bleepity bleep. I think the other major factor of becoming a saint is unfortunately being dead. So I'm pretty clear on that. Again, did not go to theological college, not a practicing Catholic of any sort. I'm like 98% convinced that the other part of becoming a saint is being dead first. I don't think you get to do it while you can kind of promote yourself. While you can yay, vote for Dave for saint. I don't think you get to do that. So I would largely prefer not to be deceased at this time. However, if we want to put that into my will, I will totally talk to Mrs. Dave about that. My will is getting a little complex, my living will especially, because she is under strict instructions that should the plug need to be pulled, as much as it sucks to talk about these kinds of things, should the plug need to be pulled, then she must have thoroughly investigated the idea of transhumanism first. Can I be made into a cyborg before I die? If that ain't working out, Elon Musk, I'm looking in your direction. If that ain't working out, can my brain be frozen and then revived later into another body, possibly a much hotter body? And if that isn't going to work out, can my consciousness be downloaded into the internet? If none of those things are applicable and the science isn't there, at that point she can pull the plug. So now what you're really asking is, after that has all happened, she must then go to declare me a saint, and we see how that flies.
So, yeah, I guess we can. Didn't realize you have to be dead to be a saint. It does sound like a death threat. Yeah, basically, yeah, I'm pretty confident on this one. Again, no theological training, but I'm going to go out and say I'm going to put money on the fact that you have to be dead to be a saint. I've never heard of a living human being becoming a saint. Even Pope John Paul II, and everybody loved him. They still waited till he was dead. They didn't declare him a saint while he was alive. They waited for him to kick off before they said, wow, we were totally chill on that guy. He should totally be a saint. Did you know with Bobcat, the classic O'Neill cylinder, I didn't even know the classic O'Neill cylinder, so we're starting off on the wrong foot here. And the Stanford Taurus space habitat designs are limited to 5 miles in diameter because if built from steel, they would disintegrate under 1 g of spin if bigger. I feel you've done that one before, Bobcat. I can't say this for certain, but I feel this is a repeat on Did You Know with Bobcat, which is not a bad thing because I think the original came up years ago. I could also be completely wrong about that. How is your prisoner not reduced yet? That's actually a great question, Willow. Thank you for reminding me that I'm playing RimWorld. You are 0-0. Well, we only have a 39% chance of recruiting them. So we only have a 39% chance. So that's, that's a dice roll. That's a dice roll. I see that. In the case of death, Dave would like to be declared a saint, otherwise embalm him and make him a mummy. Right, absolutely, Vossross. Absolutely. Provided cyborg, future brain thawing into a hotter body, or downloading my consciousness into the internet haven't worked out. Haven't worked out. So if those things have not come to fruition, then I can either be declared a saint or embalmed and made a mummy, in which I have a curse where you can't wear hats. I think that's fun. There have since been larger designs based on stronger materials or employing active support methods to hold the structure together. There are now 3 prisoner rooms. Oh, yeah, there won't be in a sec. It's cool. There won't be in a sec, Agent MOR. As soon as he gets this thing back up and running, we can go back to doing this. It's just because the wall was open. So thank you for pointing that out, though. I would have missed that. So you are not for prisoners, and you are no longer for prisoners. Yeah, I forgot I was going to open up the wall there. Actually, surprised Reed didn't make a run for it. But then the whole thing was a prison, so it didn't count. Okay, who just got kicked out of their beds? Legu and Weber, Painstingle. Okay, Sebastian's still over here. You know what? Sebastian, you can have the new room, first of all. So you can have that. Get rid of that. Who doesn't have a bed? I don't think Vector has a bed anymore. How are my original 3 columns? Legua Weber, Painstingle. And where's Kalian and Shield? Aren't they hooked up? Oh, no. This was Kalian and Shield. Okay, some of them are lovers and some of them aren't. I think Kalian and Shield are lovers, right? They are... Yeah, okay. So the double bed goes to Kalian and Shield. Okay. Shield and Kalian. And then the last one was Vector. Vector, Vector, Vector. Roger, Roger. Go have that bed. Okay, that should tidy everything up there. Vents being built, no wall. Yes, exactly. How do you raise the chance of recruiting prisoners? I'm not 100% sure on that. I would assume it's raising their mood. Like, I've seen them easier to recruit if you build them, like, an amazingly cool prison that they just love being in, with big double comfy beds and lots of artwork in it and tables. Reed would love to be eating at a table. They always complain about that. So I'm going to guess that having a better barracks, a better prison would probably do it. Some of these active supports are based on the same systems that would allow an orbital ring to remain in stationary orbit around Earth below geostationary altitudes. Okay, fair enough. Bedroom next to prison is now a prison. Yep, we got it. We figured out. Everyone's got their own bed again. Everyone's back to normal, and the heaters are being installed. Why have we, where did these chunks come from? Get these chunks out of here, please. And do I have any wood? A little bit. I may as well build another floor. And while we're here, and the trees are still, not frozen over, let's go ahead and get some more wood chopped, if we could. And then I want to outline the Hall of the Dead. Just kind of wrap up on that, I think. Why are you not having power? Probably because we don't have enough power yet. This generator's not on for a start. You refuel that. We obviously haven't finished the geothermal yet. No. Have we brought any materials over there? Not a lick of them. Not a lick of them. I should have everything. I definitely... Oh, Shield and Kalian are getting married. Well, that's a bit inconvenient, if I'm honest about things. And I am. Still wish KSP would let me build some of the near future megastructures that I would bring humanity closer, being a true K1 civilization. Using stone bricks makes the walls pretty and increases look. Wood doesn't have positive mix. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. All of these walls are steel, and they hate that. Building a really awesome prison would certainly do the trick. It's just that a lot of this, we're moving into the mountain. We're moving into the mountain eventually. We're gonna kind of wall a lot of this off. I'll probably still keep the bedrooms, but we're gonna wall a lot of this off and basically move into this mountain. So I'm not super fussed with exactly the way things are right now, but I do, however, want to get. Can somebody just go mine this one block, please? Actually, you know what? I don't care. You'll mine it someday. Well, how am I for stone blocks? A little bit of sandstone. Do we still have that? All those piles of granite up here that we got? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we 100% do. Okay, do it out of granite then. Do it out of granite. Are you talking about turning We Ours into Robocop? That's my hope, Bobcat. That's my hope. That's my first choice. My first choice is transhumanism. I would appreciate being made into a cyborg. I just fear that that technology might not be fully in place by the time I am deceased. So, hope springs eternal. That would be my goal. But I don't know if that's going to work out. The other one, obviously either freezing my brain to have me reanimated into a much hotter body, or downloading my consciousness into the internet. I'd be fine with that too. Man with Two Brains, Frankenstein, Freaky Friday. Yeah, a little bit of a mixed bag there. Freaky Friday is... I'd rather go Freaky Friday than Frankenstein, if I have a choice in the matter. I only live in mountains, easier security, more infestations. I guess I don't find a tremendous amount. Although the colony I'm working with in my own time is a real problem with insects lately. Real problem with insects. Our first... what is your major break risk? What's your problem, man? What is your problem? Why are you fussy about life? What do you need? You need lots of things. You need to not be on drugs. That's pretty much what you need. Not so much with the drug withdrawal. I notice we're all having the marriage ceremony just in somebody's bedroom, because I never put up a marriage spot. Oh no! Well, Weber proposed to Legua. Okay, not Kalian and Shield. Oh, that's going to make Legua and Weber really sad. Oh, that's going to suck for a while. That is going to suck. Wait, who's giving me a new organic body? Like right now? Is that an option? Can we do that? I mean, if that's a thing, that'd be fine. Okay, so I'm getting... Actually, is my Hall of the Dead big enough? It will be when I mine out a little bit more of this. It's going to be fine. So mine out that and that. Get that done. And then maybe... Actually drop this down. Yeah, you know what? Cancel this wall. I'm just going to drop that wall down a little bit. So structure, granite. Let's if we're going to make a Hall of the Dead, let's make a Hall of the Dead. Let's not mess around with it here. So that and that. Okay, that's a Hall of the Dead. Now, I want to move these sarcophagi. Can a new body part be part kitty? Yeah, can it be like the 50 seconds of time where the kitty is actually active in a day? Because I don't know if I mean, I like the broad concept of napping all day, but I don't know if it's really for me in the long run. Oh, can I not move these? Oh, darn it. I wanted to move these. Oh, well, I'll just deconstruct them then. If I can't move them, I'll just get rid of them. Deconstruct that, and deconstruct that. This table. I'm going to uninstall that. We may keep that and use it later. And if we can't do anything with this, then just go ahead and deconstruct that as well, please. Thank you. Thank you. Have you read the Bobbyverse trilogy? I thought it said Bioverse. Hero has sentiences uploaded to a space probe. That seems dull, though. Just sort of drifting around in space. It's probably not. If somebody wrote a trilogy about it, it can't be that dull. But I'm going to go with downloading my consciousness into the internet. I feel that's fair. I just want to be everywhere all the time. Then you'll never get rid of me. Ha ha ha! My plan will come to fruition. All right. Hall of the Dead. Bummer about the sarcophagi, but that's okay. I'll build new ones. Hall of the Dead is going to be built. Shield and Kalian got married. we have finally finished researching geothermal power. I should also get some more research cooking. Now I can do some of the lower tier stuff here. So research, oh goodness, what do I actually want? Machining. You know what? I'm just going to get batteries under control just so I can lose the little flag over here telling me that I need batteries. And who else is still with the tattered apparel, Sebastian, huh? Still with the tattered apparel. It's the parka. Have we made any of those yet? No, that's a shirt. No, we haven't done parkas yet, Sebastian. You're going to have to get back to us on that one. Thank you. First book is We Are Legion, We Are Bob. Did you know with Bobcat, with current technology and enough time, we could mine the heavy metals out of our sun? Wait, there's metals that live there. Isn't that like the hottest thing ever? Simultaneously increasing its lifespan and granting access to resources to build a Dyson swarm. Sweet. The Davinator sounds like a great movie. No, it'd probably be pretty dull. I think that would be a very, very dull movie. Yeah. And Willow also wants to be downloaded into the internet. I will see you there. We'll do Lawnmower Man references together. I think that's a fun way to go. Again, transhumanism first. I would primarily like to be made into a cyborg, if that's at all possible. But if that technology is not there, look to download me into the internet. Or, again, if that's not available, possibly freezing my brain for later thawing and installation into a brand new body. Of course, by that time, being a cyborg will probably be an option. So you can thaw me out, put me in a new body, and then make that body into a cyborg. All heavy elements are created in stars. Well, I did not know that. We have learned something new here today. See, Willow got the Lawnmower Man references. Okay, Willow got that. All right. Vosros will be back. Excellent. Good. We may not be. I'll probably start to wrap this up reasonably momentarily, kind of nowish. I do want to outline a little bit more mining. Just a tiny little bit more mining here. What if we had sort of a room here, and I don't know what its function is going to be yet, so actually make it a little smaller than that. It might be somebody's bedroom. I don't know. How about a room, a bigger room, like... Oh, okay, I'm getting an idea. Because we're going to need a throne room at some point. At some point. Maybe actually that's just the throne room right there. That might just be the throne room. Maybe I'll just make it bigger. We'll mine all of that out. And that can be the throne room down the line. And then I'll outline a very royal, lovely bedroom sort of here and there, like that. Okay. Throne room, royal bedroom. Because, boy, when they get royal, they need their bedroom to be super, super, super awesome. How about the grid in Tron? Possible, yeah. If download to the internet would leave you inside the Sims or just be a digital wavelength, maybe a max headroom. Yeah, I'd be looking for the max headroom effect. That would be my ultimate goal there. I want to just be able to invade everything all the time, max headroom style. And, try and be reasonably entertaining while I'm doing it. Max headroom was way ahead of his time. So, yeah, I would go for the max headroom route. Thank you. Spike Little Girl got the Lawnmower Man reference, too. Terrible movie. Great idea. Terrible movie. Great idea. So that's what I have to say about that. What I also have to say is I'm going to wrap up the stream here, and we will call it a day. Nobody actually died today in RimWorld. I almost feel bad about that. Well, I don't know if we got a lot done, but we didn't get a lot of awful things done either. So we're kind of just plugging along at this point. Winter will be here next time. That'll always be a little bit fussy. But we'll wrap up the stream here. We'll call it a day. I'll let you guys get on with far more important things to do in your life. Guys, you already know what I'm going to say. Thank you so very much for coming along to this. I really, really genuinely appreciate it. I respect the fact that you take time out of my life, of your life rather, to listen to this ridiculous nonsense that I do every day, and every day. But I really appreciate you guys coming out to these streams. I love doing it. I have so much fun doing this with you guys, and I'm glad that I can at least try and entertain you. We will wrap it up here. You guys know where to find me. We'll do some more House Flipper next week. We'll do some more RimWorld, and other than that, and as Willow says, please do like the stream if you hadn't done that. I did it, so if I did it, you can do it. Guys, I will catch